In every corner of history, power has never belonged to the kind, the moral, or the generous, it has always belonged to the strategic. Niccolò Machiavelli understood this brutal truth more clearly than anyone. Born in a world of corruption, betrayal, and shifting alliances, he saw that men were ruled not by ideals, but by interests. He learned that those who waited for justice were often crushed by those who simply acted. Machiavelli believed that a person who wants to rise must stop thinking the world is fair. He must stop expecting others to play by the same rules he follows. Because the world is not a game of fairness, it's a battlefield of advantage. And on this battlefield, good intentions without power are nothing but noise. He wrote The Prince not as a manual for tyranny, but as a mirror for truth, a truth people are afraid to admit. That every act of kindness can be a tactic, every alliance a calculation, every smile a mask. Those who can see beyond appearances hold the keys to power. Those who cannot, become pawns in the game. To Machiavelli, the highest form of wisdom was not morality, but clarity. Clarity about how humans think, how ambition works, and how power moves silently beneath the surface of society. He knew that success is not about being loved, it's about being respected. Because love is fragile. But fear, respect, and control, they last. So if you want to lead, stop seeking approval. Stop chasing validation. Start seeing the world as it is, not as you wish it to be. That's the beginning of Machiavellian power. Machiavelli once wrote, "A wise ruler should not keep his word when doing so is against his interest." To most, this sounds heartless. But Machiavelli was never promoting cruelty, he was exposing hypocrisy. He knew that people pretend to value honesty, while secretly rewarding those who play the game better. He observed how society punishes blunt truth-tellers and rewards skilled liars wrapped in moral words. Morality, in the real world, is a mask. Politicians wear it to gain votes. Friends wear it to gain trust. Lovers wear it to gain affection. But behind every mask lies one question: what do I gain from this? Machiavelli dared to speak this forbidden truth. He said, if everyone plays with masks, then the wise must learn to wear one too, not to deceive, but to survive. He compared human behavior to that of animals. A leader, he said, must be both a lion and a fox, strong enough to frighten wolves, and clever enough to escape traps. The fool tries to be purely good, the wise man adapts. Because the world does not reward purity, it rewards effectiveness. He knew that people's love changes like the wind, but fear and respect are steady forces. He didn't say to rule with cruelty, he said to understand when mercy becomes weakness. To Machiavelli, morality was a tool, not a chain. He used it when it served him, and discarded it when it didn't. In your own life, this means one thing: stop expecting fairness. The world doesn't care about who's right. It cares about who's prepared. Wear your mask, but never forget who you are underneath it. Because that's how you win in a world built on illusion. Machiavelli taught that true power begins not with domination over others, but with mastery over yourself. He said, the man who cannot control his emotions will always be controlled by someone else. And this truth still burns through time. He observed that most men are slaves, not to tyrants, but to their own impulses. Anger, jealousy, fear, greed, these are the invisible strings that control people. The Machiavellian man cuts those strings. He observes his emotions but never lets them dictate his actions. He knows that the most dangerous reaction is the one that shows your weakness. Silence, he said, is a weapon. Because silence forces others to reveal themselves. It makes them wonder what you're thinking, and that uncertainty gives you control. Those who speak too much give away their power, those who wait control the game. Machiavelli believed that the calmest man in the room is always the most dangerous. Because calmness is not passivity, it's dominance disguised as patience. When others act out of emotion, he waits. When others rush, he plans. When others react, he calculates. In a world that teaches you to express everything, Machiavelli teaches you to restrain. To study before you strike. To know yourself so deeply that no one can provoke you. Because the one who rules himself rules everything else. Loyalty is beautiful, but rare. Machiavelli observed that people are loyal only as long as it benefits them. When your power fades, their loyalty disappears. He said, men love at their own convenience, but fear at yours. He watched how kings were betrayed by their own friends, how allies switched sides when fortune turned. He understood that loyalty built on emotion is fragile, but loyalty built on interest can endure. That's why he advised leaders to create alliances, not friendships, to depend on systems, not feelings. He believed that trust should be verified, not assumed. That people will betray you not because they are evil, but because they are human. And humans are driven by self-interest. Once you accept this, betrayal stops being shocking, it becomes predictable. He didn't tell you to become paranoid. He told you to become prepared. Expect betrayal. Reward loyalty, but never rely on it completely. Build your foundation on your own strength, not on promises that can vanish in a single night. Because in the end, the man who expects nothing from others can never be disappointed. And that is freedom. The goal of Machiavellian wisdom is not to become cruel, but to become untouchable. It's not about destroying others, it's about understanding them so deeply that no one can destroy you. He taught that true strength comes from clarity, not chaos. From seeing the world as it is, not as you wish it to be. Machiavelli's greatest students are not dictators or tyrants, they are thinkers, strategists, quiet observers. They play long games while others chase short-term pleasure. They understand that fear and respect are earned through discipline.